Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. Forrest Frank is hurt again. This time his feelings and not his back. Apparently, there have been a lot of Christian artists that have done parodies to him. Okay, so here's the deal. You set yourself up for this. You break your back skateboarding, and it goes all over social media, and then you're like, I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to write a song from my bed, and you write a song.
Okay.
Well, then, and that's fine. Do you, boy. And so, like, everybody, so then all these other Christian artists are like, oh, it's kind of funny. Like, I'll do that to the thing. Matthew West did when, like, he got stung by a bee, and he wrote a song, and then Crowder broke his leg, and so then he wrote a song. And then the latest was Cory Asbury that wrote a song to this as well. And I will say that I was the first, and if Forrest had the right to be upset with anybody, I'd say it would be me, because mine was soon. Mine was quick.
Here's the thing, too, that's interesting. Most people, I think, in your shoes, maybe, would want to not hurt someone's feelings and want to forget it. You know, like you want people to forget it. Yeah. But if anything, you are announcing it from the rooftops.
Yeah, it's like
if you want to be mad, you should be mad at me.
Right,
Look
exactly.
at me.
Like, don't get mad at these other Christian artists. They were behind, and they did a parody. Like, I did it when it was fresh, and I was even on the fence about it. But then when I saw him like release a song and he's doing all right, I'm like, okay, it's fine. So I did that back brace parody song.
Okay. I'm about to have a back brace to hold my vertebrae. 30s who won't for skateboarding. At least that's what they say.
So anyway, I did that. I never heard back from him on that. So then flash forward to today, and Cory Asbury posts one, and Cory's subject of his pain was a little different. It was him getting a vasectomy, which I'm like, all right, Cory, I see you, and all right, let's see what you got here.
So I just got home from the hospital, and honestly, the meds are starting to wear off. Here's the video. A little trigger warning, but here's the video.
What's up, guys? I'm on the table getting a vasectomy.
So we didn't plan this, but my boy Forrest, he turned lemons into lemonade, and my guy Crowder, he's standing on the rock with a broken leg. So I figured I still got use of my hands. I could still make music. So I'm sitting here and decided to cook this song up, and hope it encourages y'all.
Snip season, but we stay winning. Souls, spread the gospel, not my seed. Grace runs deeper than my jeans. Ain't about my legacy. Kingdom come, still get run. Snip.
Cory Asbury not afraid to drop this one. Yeah, and I wouldn't have even done that song personally. Like, I did the back brace song. Yeah, the back brace song feels more like fair game. So anyway, flash forward to now. I guess Forrest sees all of these parodies that people are doing, and I think he's honestly a little hurt by it.
Man, this is super tough. I know y'all are gonna be like, Forrest, you're way too sensitive, but this is like the 10th or even the 20th post I have seen from another Christian artist making fun of probably the most traumatic moment of my life, my wife's life. And I know that God has brought a lot of blessing from it, and maybe that's why y'all think it's cool to like now make fun of it. These are people that I've never spoken to. I've never interacted with them, and for some reason my algorithm sends it directly to me. I can totally understand the fact you guys are just having fun. You're probably not even really thinking that I'm going to see it. I'll just say this to everybody who's making these videos, I'm not telling you to stop, but this raises a really interesting conversation with social media, because there's no seatbelt on a social media. I know there's a lot of kids that are watching this. When you're in junior high and you're in high school, you're going to get made fun of a lot. All that being said, Cory, I'm still going to write you a song.
Okay, so you're still playing into it. You're still keeping it going. This is on you. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm going to write you a song. So he wants a response from Cory Asbury then to add part of the song. But his song in this one is like super, super I'm hurt kind of thing. Here, check it out.
Sometimes words hit you in the chest, sting
you like a bee and rob you of your rest. And heaven knows sometimes people try to mean well, but trauma from their past got them stuck inside of hell. Well, it's okay if you feel misunderstood.
And it's like, are you saying that, like, Cory had trauma from his past that makes him a jerk, and so now you're doing this? Or is this truly a song about, for the kids today? Here's the thing. None of these artists would have done any of these parody songs if you were crippled. Like, they all kind of waited, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, you're up on stage like, the Lord healed me, yeah, running around, jumping around. So it kind of feels like fair game to then do it. Do you think, Forrest, that if anybody if you had literally been paralyzed from this or were just down in it, that Matthew or Cory or Crowder would have done anything that was a parody or lighthearted? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. The only one that would have done that is me. So like,
and I want the recognition.
Right. Like, I'm sick of these guys getting like all this press, No. I wrestled through, should we do this or not? And then I opted for yeah.
And ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, it's a real tough thing. Like he does not have the best sense of humor. I watched him when I interacted with him on a red carpet, and I was like, and I was doing something that was, like might have been seen, like he wouldn't have known how to take it if he didn't know me, but the people that knew me, it was funny. And so I was like, okay, he does not have a sense of humor that jives with what I do. Mm-hmm. And so like, I would not have him on the show. Mm-hmm. It's like not somebody that I'm like, oh, we need to go get him on the show, because it just probably wouldn't end well. Mm-hmm. I would be trying to be funny and he would be trying to be serious, and it wouldn't work, because he seems like super like Jesus juke things and turn everything, like all of his songs, like and turn to Jesus jukes it. And so that's kind of like not how I'm wired.
I wonder what's going to come from this. Like, will Cory Asbury issue an apology?
Probably.
Now, the only other artist I know that has maybe been considered by Forrest to push the limits would be Matthew West.
Yeah.
I don't think he sees Crowder as pushing the limits.
No.
Because Crowder actually did hurt himself.
Right.
Whereas Matthew West talks about his pinky.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah. So
maybe.
Will they issue an apology?
He said like 10 artists. I wonder who
I've
the
seen
others.
2,
Yeah.
And there could be other ones. Or maybe he was lumping in like radio idiots too or something.
Right.
I don't know. Because I know one other radio guy that did a version, and it was so bad it's not even worth playing.
What if he's referring to you?
Oh, that's fine. Like
you would love it.
I live by what I do. Like I stand by it. Like I can admit
if he were here, and he would say, "Hey, you hurt my feelings." Would you apologize, or would you say, "Dude, you got to get a backbone, and not have a pun about that"?
I would say, I am sorry if I hurt your feelings. That's not my intention. Like, you were on the mend, you were doing good. I thought it was kind of funny, the fact that you're writing songs while you're there. And so, I wrote a parody to it. And so if it hurt you, like, that's not my intention. So, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
And then he would say, and I would prefer that you take it down.
That's a tough one. And I would be like, okay, but I want to do a video with you asking me to take it down so I can look good, and be like, you know what? If you're that butthurt about it, that's fine. I'll pull it down.
I will say this. You have to know your audience. You have to read the room. And maybe Matthew has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, he does.
Matthew West.
And he's not the guy to hurt people.
No, not at all. Not on purpose, at least.
No.
Cory Asbury, I don't really know him all that well. But I find it interesting that Forrest waited until Cory Asbury did something. Would he have done it if it had been Matthew West?
Yeah.
I don't know. What about Chris Tomlin? Would he have done it? You just have to know your audience. And if they don't really know, which I am assuming they don't really know Forrest Frank, they just think, oh, he's one of our people because he's in the CCM world.
Right.
He knows where we're coming from. They probably read the room wrong.
Yeah.
Assuming that Forrest Frank would understand and get it and laugh along, but he didn't.
Well,
a lesson learned.
I even told you when I did ours, the one you helped me write.
I did not. Don't
the
do
one
that
you put that second verse on that was fire.
No, I told you. I said, you might want to wait. We don't know. The doctor's x-rays have not come in yet. And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I made a video.
I knew he was going to be healed. So I'm I prayed. And
okay,
so,
sure.
no. And so, I don't think that I did, ours I did, and I knew full well that I from the little bits I've seen of him, I watched him and this is not a trash Forrest Frank thing at all, because he's just kind of working through his stuff. I could see the other people going, okay, I'm sorry, I crossed the line, because they kind of have to, or maybe they feel bad that they hurt his feelings.
Or what if it was Jeremy Camp?
Specifically calling them out and saying
what if
that.
He called out Jeremy Camp?
Not if he values his life. But I watched him at a award show inadvertently diss the entire Christian community
I know what you're talking
of artists.
About. I remember that.
And so I was like, all right, you already are kind of on the outside a little bit of it, maybe. You set yourself up to be better than everybody about not wanting awards and being glorified, but you showed up and you accepted it, and so I think that hit people wrong. But then there is a thing, he's had crazy success, and so, yeah, do we tear into people? Absolutely we do, to break people down as humans, but I don't think this is that. I think where he was healed, people were like, oh, I mean, he's making songs from his bed. It seems like it's fair game to do a parody on that, but maybe not. I mean, he definitely seemed like he was hurting, especially where he's like, I don't have a relationship with any of these artists. Well, these are a couple of the biggest artists, and you don't know them? How in the industry are you then? You know? I know them, and I'm not even close to you, in this industry. So
I think what's difficult is that we can assume that things will be interpreted how we mean them to be, through texting, through a post on the internet, and if you don't have that relationship in person with someone, there's room for miscommunication.
Absolutely. If it had been Matthew West and I did a thing, I would have called Matthew and had him on the show and played it for him. Because I've been like, isn't this funny? Your back's broke. I would have played it for him.
But y'all have that connection.
We have that relationship.
However, I wouldn't suggest, and this goes back to what I had said when you heard about Forrest Frank's back, and you were like, I'm gonna write about it.
Yeah.
I did say this. Well, I didn't say, but this was the thought process behind why I told you I don't think you should, is because there's not a personal relationship there, and so it could be misinterpreted.
Now, the other part of this is he might not even know about my version. I'm just adding it in there.
But you're going to post it again? And
No, because now that I see, seriously, now that I see that he is legit frustrated, sad, upset, sensitive, whatever about it, I would not pour salt into that wound, honestly. That does nobody any good, and that's not why I do this. I do things that I think are funny, and I thought it was funny, and I thought.
However, your barometer of funny is different from Forrest Frank's.
100%, 100%,
and that's okay.
Yeah, and so for me, I see things differently. If I had hurt myself and people started doing parodies of me in the same fashion of this, I would have laughed about it. I would have been like, thank you, that's funny. You made me laugh today, but I'm wired way differently than him on this. Now, if this had been about one of his, let's say his kid had gotten hurt, would I have done the parody? Absolutely.
Yes.
No, absolutely not. There's no way. Or if it's something about his wife.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Know? But when you're an artist and a public figure, you're kind of fair game for stuff. And I'm fair game. People can make fun of me all they want.
Well,
it doesn't hurt my
with
feelings.
him releasing a video of him, he was lighthearted about it and posting a video of him with the neck brace on and all that stuff. Yeah, I
and
know.
he's like, God's got my. He's writing songs about it, and so that's what made me feel like, oh, okay, he can laugh enough about it,
and that
it's
might have
okay.
been what Cory Asbury and Matthew West were doing. They just assumed, oh, he's he's gonna get it. But
it'll be interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on this because I'm real curious if Asbury does an apology. You won't get one from West. There's no way. Matthew West would be like, who are you? What? I've sold so many more albums than you.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew's not gonna to steep down to that level. No, I don't know. Maybe he would. I don't see it. I see Matthew as being like, Matthew has a good sense of humor, so I could see Matthew as being like, whatever. Suck it up, Buttercup. So good though. So I love me a little bit of a good controversy.
Fest.
Yeah, sign me up. Let's go. Because at one time I wanted to have him on. I thought about having him on, Forrest, like when it happened, because I was curious about it. Like, all right, how did you hurt your back? Like, what were you skateboarding, and stuff? Like at your age, what are you doing? That's a death recipe. But then again, like because I knew other stuff about him, like he's not gonna have a good sense of humor about it, and so me talking to him probably isn't going to go well. Even though I wouldn't want it to go badly, it probably would have gone badly. It's a gift I have. So anyway, what do you got, Lady Rock?
We'll talk about things going badly.
Yes, nice segue.
You didn't give me one.
You know, that's what we should do. Okay, you always set these rules because it's all Betty Rock's world and we just live in it.
Absolutely not.
If I miss it, you should pick it up. Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because you're the one who tells me what you think I should do for Aftercast, and you're the one that chooses what you're going to talk about during Aftercast. So if you want to talk about death and dismemberment and then send me over, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, we're going to stick with the orig.
Finally,
okay, here we go.
You admit that I tell you what to do and you listen. Thank you.
Okay, I don't want to do my story.
What's your story?
No,
I'm dying to hear it.
I don't want to do it.
Come on.
Say you're sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. So,
your Louise laugh kills me.
Okay. Will Smith. He recently posted a video on his socials, and it's concert shots. So it shows him, he's out on the stage, and he's singing this song, and there's, a huge stadium audience. People everywhere. And it's showing shots of all these people holding up signs for Will Smith and all of this stuff.
Because he became a pariah after the slapping Chris Rock thing.
He was on he was the golden child until he went up on the stage during the Oscars and slapped Chris Rock.
To defend the honor of his wife, who does not even fully love him. Because they have a weird relationship.
It is weird.
and it's open and it's a mess.
Yeah.
And you
odd.
shot your entire career in the foot for someone that really doesn't love you the way they should love you.
So anyways, after that happened, he's still trying to build up his career. He does this concert. Now, in it, he said in the caption, "My favorite part of tour," so I guess he's on tour.
How is that possible?
"Is seeing you all up close." Okay. Now, people started taking time with this video, pausing it, zooming in, and they started noticing something, that the people didn't look real. They looked like they were created by AI. They started seeing melting fingers, tattoos that turn into arm hair.
Hands stuck out of someone's head.
Yeah, swirling faces.
Oh.
I pulled up the video to watch it.
Yeah.
It's very crisp.
Yeah.
People are really it just looks a bit
sketch,
odd.
sus.
Yeah, it looks odd. So there has been no comment from Will Smith so far, but how awkward would it be if he got called out for putting this video out to be like, thank you all for coming to see me on tour, but there really weren't that many people there.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
That would be
awkward. At that point, just stop. Don't be something you're not. Just stop.
Yeah.
He was the biggest thing, and for a while he was Hollywood's golden boy. He was rap's golden boy. And then when all of this happened, because I know he was doing a thing. He did an interview recently where he was doing a freestyle rap, and then all of these other rappers started doing TikTok reaction videos and just trashing him for what he was doing and how he was doing, the craft of it. And they were like, this is garbage and stuff. And so you see you're like, okay, is it an agent that's like, hey, you can make money still. Let's go out. Let's get you back out on the road. Let's revamp this thing. When people see you, they'll love you again. And then if it's not going that way and somebody has the idea to AI something, you got to shoot that down and be like, no, be sure your sins will find you out. That is the kind of thing that will always be found out.
Right. It's just interesting because you think about all these people that have been able to, like, they had a very public falling and then they were able to
come back
from the fire.
Yeah.
And you think, what is it that Will Smith has done different where he hasn't made it there yet?
Yeah, like I really thought it would be like a non-issue. Like, okay, so because when you think about it, the catalyst was the slap. Okay, so Chris Rock makes fun of his wife and he slaps him. We were in such a weird time politically then, too, because it was like the Democrats ruled everything and everything was offensive to everybody. Like, I wonder if he did it now, would it be the same? Because the narrative would have been he's defending his wife's honor. And yeah, should he have hit somebody? Absolutely not. But would I do it? Absolutely. Kind of thing. Like, it's a different vibe. When this happened, it was like clutching your pearls. My stars, how do you do this? Oh my gosh, And the person that had the right to be the most mad is Chris Rock. If Chris Rock is like, yeah, it was the greatest night of television history, and he moves on, everyone else should move on.
Yeah. But there are some people that have gone through some controversy and weren't able to bring themselves back. One that I'm still shocked by is Morgan Wallen. Like, he
never gets crushed.
He has got the #1 album, like beating Taylor Swift and all that stuff. He somehow was able to, he made a public apology and then he's back at it. Now, others, though, that had like a public falling out and never made it back was that one guy. Oh, what was his name? Remember, he acted like he was walking the streets of New York or something. And two guys came out and they
jumped him.
Yeah, they jumped him, and then he called it a racial situation.
Yes.
But then they came to find out he had hired those two guys to jump him to make this claim.
Right, so that he could be in the public eye. And
he never made his way back in.
He got crushed. Yeah, I want to say he got in trouble, like, legally, too.
Yeah, I think so. And then it doesn't take much to get on people's bad side. Like, if you're on TikTok for any length of time, I started noticing Katy Perry was taking a downfall.
Oh, she was getting crushed for her concert?
She didn't technically do anything.
Right.
She went to space, okay? Yeah. And she had that little daisy, but she just, it was the persona that she came across as kind of ditzy and then calling herself an astronaut. It was just like people were wanting to put her in her place. And then she went on tour and people were posting videos. Yeah, people were posting videos and they were like, I paid money to see this. And it was just her running back and forth on stage. It was just odd.
Yeah.
But one person that has seemed to always come back out of everything, you think about Justin Bieber. Yeah. Justin Bieber has had some public falling outs.
Absolutely.
Like, I saw a video not that long ago where it was all these videos of how he was treating Hailey Bieber, his wife.
Yeah.
And it didn't look good.
Yeah.
But then so many people are like rooting for him. Like, I saw another video where it was like he reached out to this pastor of a local church. He had watched a live stream of their church service on a random Tuesday night. And he loved how the pastor sang this classic Christian song.
Yeah.
Asked him if he would be on his album.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
So it's
I think
how does he
probably sidesteps it a little bit because there's the faith element of it, and he's like, I'm broken. I don't know. This did this
humble.
To me. Right.
Yeah, like I am broken.
I'm trying to figure this out and I can't. And so people will kind of root for that a little bit if you own it.
Right.
You gotta own it,
Yeah.
It's interesting. Carl Lenz, from Hillsong Church was his pastor. He was the one that baptized him in the hotel bathroom.
The glasses.
Yeah, and the deep V. Again, watch my theory. If you go to like a seeker church or a modern church and you watch your pastor's V-neck get deeper and deeper, there is something going on, and you guys might want to check into it. Have the board look into it because the deeper the V, the more hidden the sin. I promise you. I promise you I'm right on this theory. I'm right about my blue hair theory. I'm right about this theory because I've seen it happen.
Listen, I would like to call you out.
I know.
Every time you've been right on the money.
Well, Carl Lenz is coming back now. So he took his time out because he was unfaithful to his wife. And so he stepped aside, and then he came back, and like he doubled down on some stuff, like he said, like back that did not feel repentant, and you're like, oh, dude, that's gross. Like you are not coming across as humble, broken, repentant. You know, you still seem like the same guy, because you have to give people grace to be restored. Like, because otherwise, what hope is there for any of us?
Right.
You know, but there's a process. Like when you fall from grace, you need to go through the steps to, you know, go through it and to make amends with people, to make amends with God, and to come back and to seem different. So and Carl doesn't seem different.
So maybe the difference is that Will Smith should have made a public apology or done something with Chris Rock.
Maybe.
And then, because the only thing I know about Chris Rock is that he was doing stand-up, and eventually he said, I'm going to put this in my stand-up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he ever did.
He did, like, people were upset because they went to see him, like, when he first came back after this, and like, oh my gosh, and he did, like, maybe 5 minutes on it, and it wasn't that, like, funny, and so they're like, well, that was a bummer. I was hoping you were going to, like, talk about this and really go into it, and from what I understand, he really didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Will Smith would have been. I contend that it would have been a different time. The Will Smith thing is a completely different outcome.
Maybe.
Completely different. And, yeah, like, I don't understand. Like when the Oscars banned him for 5 years from being able to be nominated, and then he had that movie that came out like a couple years ago. Like it was a slave-based movie.
Oh, 12 Years a Slave?
Yes. And so you'd think, okay, well, that's going to put him back in. And
was that
didn't.
After or before?
It was after. I'm 90% sure it was after.
I feel like there was another one that was kind of like it, and that one was after. But
Really?
The 12 Years a Slave was
before? Was it really? Oh, yeah, I don't know. ChatGPT.
I'll look it up.
But, yeah, would he have been better if he came out and said, look, I was defending my wife, you know? Yeah, should I have hit the guy? No. But I definitely shouldn't have done it on TV, but if we're at a comedy club, this is how it's going to go down, you know?
Well, and I think part of it, too, was alcohol was involved, and that... I wonder, and that's me just assuming, and maybe that's not fair of me to assume, but he did seem a little off, or not himself. And I wonder, had alcohol not been involved, would he have done it? You know,
I have a feeling he got really mad. He walked up there, and kind of like that time I punched the monitor, there's a brief second where you're like, okay, am I going to do this? I've been thinking, I'm on my way up here, I'm thinking I'm going to do this. And then there's like, oh, no, I shouldn't. Oh, I'm here. And then he cranked him, you know? Like, I have a feeling there was probably that split second thing that you are making a decision in the moment, and he gave in to the worst side of him.
You're thinking of the movie is Emancipation.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, so 12 Years a Slave was before.
Before that, but Emancipation came out after.
Yeah.
And I don't think it did well.
I don't know if it did, because then he had Brilliance, Bad Boys 4.
Oh, I saw that. That was
I Am Legend 2?
Is he in that one?
Yeah, I guess so.
What? How did I miss? I hate zombie movies per se, but I Am Legend 1 was terrifying, and like I liked it. Up until he kills the dog at the end. Spoiler alert.
That's why I'll never watch it.
I know you shouldn't. It's sad. But I Am Legend 2 made me think.
Oh wait, the plot is still under wraps.
Oh, okay. I was
so
going to say
it hasn't been released.
I was
yet,
say I didn't
he's
think,
working on it.
Yeah, I didn't think that had come out. He's got to wait because he wants an award on that one probably, and he can't do it.
And if this turns out to be true, which I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be, because I saw it and it did look.
The fake
suspicious.
Pictures, the ChatGPT.
Then I think that's just gonna make it even worse.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
hey, you got some birthdays?
Hey, that's not a segue.
Anyway, you know what would be the best birthday present ever for Will Smith is for this to be behind him, and so that he could celebrate and have a piece of cake and maybe win an award, or have a real person show up to his concert. As he blows out his candles, please let one person show up. Darn it.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Claire to Christine.
Bear.
Yes. Hi, Claire. She said, Christine has an amazing imagination, great comedic timing, and can eat sausages and pancakes like nobody's business.
Love that.
She loves Would You Rathers. So here's one that she asked. Would you rather drive with a friend in a car for a day, but get slapped by a tortilla every time you moved, or for a month straight, but no tortilla? So you're stuck in a car with a friend for a whole month, but you don't get slapped every time you move. But you can only be in the car for one day, but every time you move, you get slapped by a tortilla.
But then otherwise you'd be in a car for a month. No, give me the day. Slap me with a tortilla.
Really?
It's not going to be that bad.
I think I'd give you a month.
No.
Yes.
With me?
No. Okay, I'll take the day.
There it is.
It depends on
the person. Mike Rowe, take the month.
Take two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would pay him to slap you with a tortilla.
Okay. Well, we're getting to this one late, and I apologize, Claire and Christine, because we had support drive. But that one was belated. Happy birthday, Christine. We've got Brody, who wants to wish his son Brendan a happy belated birthday. It was on the 22nd. He turned 10 and is an overall awesome guy.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Brendan.
Brendan.
And Andrea wants to wish herself a happy birthday. Celebrated on the 23rd. Happy birthday, Andrea. We've also got Lindsay, who wants to wish Carter a happy birthday. He celebrated yesterday. Said he turns 13 today and listens to the Wally Show every day along with the Aftercast.
Wow,
That's
Carter,
awesome.
thank you. Congratulations. 13's a great birthday.
And then finally, Crystal, she said, I don't have a birthday shout out, but I do have a question.
Okay.
Has anyone ever emailed you to tell you they dreamed about you? What did they dream? And have you ever dreamed about each other? Wally was in a dream last night, and I assumed I wanted his autograph when I didn't.
Oh, okay. I could see that happening.
Crystal thought she might want your autograph, but no, hard pass.
Yeah, that's a lot of questions in there. I know I've had dreams about people on the show, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I've had dreams about Betty fighting me, of course.
You know what? It's weird. I've done the same thing.
I know.
But it was more like annoying. I was like, shut up.
Oh, I know.
Gavin, I can't remember. That's what's funny is when I dream, right when I wake up, it is so vivid and it's so real. And then give me a minute.
And then it goes away.
I can't even remember what it was about.
Yeah, my wife can't remember her dreams either.
But I know I have dreamed about the two of y'all before. And it was work related. It was something like I had to be there. I don't know. Y'all were burning the place down and I had to stop you. Or maybe help. I'm not sure.
I had the best dream about you one day, and I woke up and I just felt so good. It's like you were so nice to me. And like in this dream, it was the craziest
thing. Should have known
thing.
It was a dream.
Oh,
then.
well, I know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I don't ever want to leave this place. This is my happy place.
Then you wake up and I'm like, shut up, idiot.
That was pretty much it. Came to work. And sad I did. All right, well, that's going to do it for your Aftercast for today. Thanks for sticking with us through Support Drive, and as always, thank you for the potties that gave a shout out during our support drive, and we're like, hey, I'm a faithful potty. I listen and I want to support this thing.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Love
you guys
it.
rule.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for the Aftercast, and thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.